Here's the big question, Terry. Coming into this weekend, we talked about, by the way, Cade McNamara, transfer portal, Iowa. Ooh. Wow. Watch out for that division next year.
Neil's going to have a field day with that one.
He's going to have a field day. What if Iowa doesn't Iowa? Unbelievable. But Big Ten Championship this weekend, we got Purdue. Terry brought up a great question when we were talking.
Are we even thinking about this game?
Obviously, I don't think we are.
We know it's going to be played.
The line's 17. Should there be any worry, Terry?
The only worry is if Michigan was so hyped up about spanking Ohio State that they come up with their heads up their asses. But it is for a title. And so I have to believe that they'll say, you know what? I know it's Purdue, but we still got to pay attention to these boys because it's dangerous. This is where upsets happen because the fan base is telling you not to worry. It's not being hyped up. You know Purdue's gonna, even though they probably deep down know they don't have much of a chance, but they're still trying to believe that they have a chance in this game. This has all the not all the setup for an upset, but for a setup of a close game, and it doesn't have to be close. I mean, Michigan doesn't want it to be a one-score game midway through the fourth quarter because I found that in circumstances like that, anything can happen.
Well, we've seen that. I think more so. I'm not worried. I agree with Ethan Brown. The team sort of worry and they know task at hand about Purdue, but fans, we don't. I'm not worried about them not winning the game. What I'm concerned about more is do they come out of there healthy? Does somebody suffer injuries? I think maybe that's what I'm sensing. Spencer, maybe pull it up.
Yeah.
Are you more concerned with coming out of there healthy than it is with the Big Ten Championship? Because no one seems to be worried about beating Purdue, even though what you brought up, Sam Flannel, because I will go to my text thread from Flannel at halftime of every freaking Michigan game this year, although your last game against Ohio State, you felt it turning, and that was more confidence even though you were down. But are you more concerned, or is there any concern at all that one of these Purdue won't Purdue, as Neil says, and you could lose this game?
I don't know if I'm concerned about losing, but I really do get the feeling as a fan that we're not even playing a game this weekend. And I think that's maybe a dangerous headspace to be in, but I'm not saying that the Michigan players are feeling that way. I mean, Purdue, they're, like I kind of said before, they're like kind of a poor to poverty man's Ohio State. They have a passing offense, Aiden O'Connell, Charlie Jones, their wide receiver. You can laugh all you want. He put up numbers that were every bit as good as Marvin Harrison Jr. But the thing is, Michigan just dismantled a better version of this Purdue offense, a much better version. That's Ohio State. They dismantled one of the most explosive offenses in the country. So I feel like Michigan should go out and win. They obviously have a huge dominance in the trenches and the running game on defense. It's just you can't let the passing offense for Purdue kind of make a few big plays and get confidence. So am I worried about them losing? No. Am I worried about them coming out a little flat and maybe a little lackadaisical? I could see that happening. They never play a good first half, like we always say.
Here's my only concern. Do you guys get a text from Flannel Sam at halftime?
Yes.
Oh, 100%. Here's the one thing that I'm sensing out of this Michigan team and where Jim Harbaugh, they know task at hand. Right, when they know that they had to beat Ohio State, I don't think this team's ahead of themselves. You know, I want to ask you, Terry, you've been around teams, and you felt this where the overconfidence. I've been part, and I don't think it's overconfidence, but maybe the media or going in to a series or a game that you're overconfident. We weren't overconfident in '95 playing New Jersey, right? But everybody had us as the Red Wings just thumping New Jersey, and what happened? They thumped us, right? So sometimes it's but this doesn't feel like that. This feels like task at hand. It almost feels like they know they have to play a great first half, so maybe they don't put the risk of getting guys injured and stuff like this. But seriously, does Purdue have enough to put like how many points on the board.
It's crazy. Like, college football is college football, and wild stuff happens all the time. I didn't think Illinois had enough, even without everything that Michigan was missing. I didn't think Illinois had enough to keep it close. After seeing Michigan State beat Illinois, I was like, all right, Michigan can beat Illinois even if they don't have 7 players that are starters for them. But I was going to put this in there, and Keaton Ruttinger beat me to the punch. Is the coach, Jeff Brom of Purdue, is 3-1 versus top 5 teams. And so, like, you know, we make the jokes like spoiler makers. Oh, they're Purdue. They can beat you. They've proven that they can beat the best of the best.
I saw that yesterday.
Yeah.
Right? I saw that yesterday. I think I said that to Sam Flannel. What's up with your boy Joel Klatt? You know, one of the biggest Michigan slappies out there. But he's like, whoa, pump the brakes. Bro, he's 3-1. Is that a concern?
I mean, a concern, I don't know if I would say a concern, but Purdue is one of those teams that kind of plays on a very wide spectrum. They can upset top 5 Ohio State, but then lose, like this year, I think they lost 24-3 to Iowa. They're kind of inconsistent. And if they come out and have one of their good games, or they have where their game plan's working, where they're actually getting some plays made with the passing game, I don't know. I think there might be some moments where I'm kind of nervous and sweating and maybe texting the group saying, like, this might be the week. But I still think that Michigan should win this game. They have too much talent. They're just the better team.
The 3-1 record doesn't mean anything to me for this one reason. It's one thing to play a top 5 team during the regular season. You can always catch somebody now and then. It's a different thing to play a top 5 team in a championship game, because that team, even though it may not respect you as much as it should, it knows everybody's watching. This is a huge game. It's for a trophy.
Yes.
So I think the focus will be there.
The only thing for me is that Michigan has so much to lose, and Purdue doesn't have anything to lose. So Purdue's going to go out there, you know, letting it rip, playing loose, just going for it. And Michigan is going to be, as much as they know they are the better team, and rightfully so, they are the better team, obviously, it's going to be in the back of their minds that, like, we can't mess up, we can't make mistakes, we can't do this. And that's how things creep up. And when a team that, like Purdue, who can sling it around the field, they have a good passing attack, as Sam Flannel said, them playing loose, them have nothing to lose, you can see them, you know, dropping back 40 times and just throwing the ball down the field.
But fellas, is there any reason for Michigan to be tight in this game?
No.
Because tightness can cause you.
Terry, you've been around this Michigan program, seen a lot. This Michigan team, to me, doesn't exude an overconfidence or the fact that they don't know task at hand. It's almost like that's what's built up over the 7 years of Jim Harbaugh, is that this is another. They won't, right, this year, because you've seen it in the past. You've had that experience,
But
and
the
we've
thing
seen
with
that.
Michigan is they're looking for the bigger fish. They're looking at Georgia and TCU and Alabama and Ohio State. Purdue should be beneath them.
Yes.
You know, if you're aspiring to compete with these other teams, Purdue is like, okay, that's a stepping stone.
So should this maybe even more so be a statement game for Michigan? Like to continue it.
I don't think they can make a statement other than they're not there yet. Even if you beat Purdue 40-3. And that's what they did to Iowa last year.
Yep.
Right.
What did it matter? It didn't.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can make a statement against. You made your statement against Ohio State. The only statement now you can make now is you're not that good. If it's a tight game or Purdue wins.
But aren't you guys confident?
Yeah.
The confident in the fact that you mentioned Purdue could throw the ball, but Michigan can defend the throw. Right? They could defend it, but look at what they did last week against the number 1 receiver in the country. I'm just saying that your strengths, where you're healthy, has you doing and taking care of this game. I don't see overconfidence. What do you want to see that's been different for the first half? Because obviously if they can take care of the first half, then maybe they can rest some guys. They don't have to put guys in certain situations. What are you looking for your team to do out of the gate?
I mean, I would like for them to obviously score on the first drive and then have some consistent, sustained drives. Michigan has had a problem with going up 7-0 and then punt, and then at halftime it's like 13-3 or 13-10. I would like to see them just kind of step on Purdue's throat from the beginning, because if you're Michigan, if you're clearly the better team, a team like Purdue might wilt once they're punched in the mouth, once they realize, oh shit, we're playing Michigan, a team that they have not faced all season, the best team they will have faced all season. So just get on them early and don't let up. For once, this is Big Ten season.
You know what I want to see? And this is a perfect game to do it. Can we get some red zone efficiency? Right?
Yes.
That's our biggest. That's the one thing, right? We've proven all year long we can get there, and we got a great kicker and stuff. But in order to win and to get to that next level of real championships or winning in the playoffs, you're going to have to be a hell of a lot better in the red zone. So why not start it this week to gain the confidence?
But I think an important thing is Michigan is the better team in the second half. And I don't think there's adjustments they make. I think what's happened is the offensive line and that running game wears people down. And at a certain point, you're out there on the field like, damn, here they come again. Now, all I want to see in the first half is them running that ball, and wearing Purdue down. Because if they do that, then there's going to be that point sometime in the second half. Purdue's going to, don't want to say give up, but just kind of say, okay, where are we? Why are we here? Can we go home?
Yeah, I fully expect Michigan to go out there and win, 41-24 or something like that.
Their will.
And that is the great. As much as I am just playing devil's advocate, and I do think even though it's a championship game, it's harder for players to get as excited to play against Purdue than they did against Ohio State in Columbus. It's the great equalizer, like Terry said, is the running game and that offensive line, and they're going to go out there and dominate.